Look at your own body for a second. It's still evolving right now and faster than almost anyone tells you. More people are being born with an extra artery in the arm than 100 years ago. A bone that vanished from the human knee is quietly growing back. Our jaws are shrinking, our wisdom teeth are vanishing. You are still changing, but here's the part that should stop you cold. You may be one of the last humans shaped by nature at all. Because this story ends in a lab in 2018, the day one scientist changed what a human being even is. Stay with me. Start with that artery, the median artery. It forms when you're an embryo, then normally disappears before you're even born. It's a small thing, but multiply it across an entire species and its evolution you can almost watch happen. But measure real bodies across time. In people born in the 1880s, it stuck around in about 1 in 10 adults. Today, closer to 1 in 3. Tripled in a century. Some anatomists think for babies born today it could become the norm, and that's the tame example. Behind your knee, a tiny bone called the fabella. In 1918, 11% of people had it. By 2018, 39%. A bone we were losing is coming back, and we're still arguing about why. Your jaw is smaller than your ancestors, so small a third of us have no room for wisdom teeth. The teeth evolution hasn't finished deleting. Look at almost any modern mouth and you'll see it, teeth crowded into a jaw that shrank faster than they did. Now, some of this is genetics, some is just our bodies reacting to soft modern food. Scientists genuinely disagree, so let's go to the changes we can prove are in the genes. 10,000 years ago, almost no adult on Earth could digest milk. Then we started keeping cattle, and the gene to drink milk tore through our species in a few thousand years. Fast. In Tibet, a gene that lets people breathe thin mountain air spread faster than any genetic change ever recorded in humans, under 3,000 years. And here's the twist, we didn't even invent that gene. We inherited it from the Denisovans, an extinct kind of human our ancestors once had children with. So there's no doubt we are still evolving, which is exactly why what one famous scientist said next started a fight. 2008, one of Britain's most famous geneticists stands up and says, human evolution is basically over, finished. His logic is dark but simple. Evolution runs on death. For almost all of history, most children died before growing up. That was natural selection, choosing who continued. No mercy, no design, just a brutal question asked every generation: who survives long enough to have children and who doesn't? Today, nearly every child survives. The filter that carved us for millions of years switched off. And if he's right, then the way your children turn out is no longer nature's decision at all. Except other scientists read the actual genome and said, wrong, not slowing down, speeding up. One team found that over the last 40,000 years, human evolution accelerated, maybe 100 times faster than before. By one estimate, around 7% of our genes show signs of recent, rapid change. Evolution wasn't winding down, it was working overtime. The reason is almost funny: more people. Farming multiplied us 100-fold, and more people means more mutations, more raw material to select from. 100 times more people is like buying 100 times more lottery tickets. Some of them win. Farming didn't just feed us, it bred new diseases, new diets, whole new pressures our bodies had never faced before. So who won the fight? Both, weirdly. Some ancient pressures switched off while brand new ones switched on. Evolution didn't stop. It changed what it's hunting for, and what it hunts for now is strange. Bad eyesight 10,000 years ago could get you killed. Today you reach for glasses, trait erased from the test. A baby too big to be born safely once meant death for mother and child. Now a surgeon steps in. Studies think safe C-sections are already nudging human birth size upward. One model even predicts it could raise the rate of babies too big to be born naturally. by 10 to 20% over generations. Every one of these is a trait natural selection used to remove, now protected. We didn't defeat evolution, we rewrote its exam. So what's on the new test? Not surviving childhood, almost everyone does. Now it's simply who has more children, and that is still quietly reshaping us. That same long study found selection nudging women toward earlier first children and later menopause. Tiny pressures, but pointing somewhere. One of the longest human studies ever run caught selection still at work in an ordinary modern town, nudging traits generation after generation. Invisible, real. And now the part that sounds made up. For the last several thousand years, the human brain has been getting smaller. Not bigger, smaller. We are walking around with less brain than our Ice Age ancestors, and nobody is fully sure why. One idea says it happened just 3,000 years ago, that in a society that shares knowledge like an ant colony, no single mind needs to hold it all. Others reran the numbers and found no clear shrink at all. It's genuinely unsettled. The leading guess, in a connected society, we don't each need to carry everything. We store knowledge across the group, so individually we can afford a little less. And you do this every day. When a fact is one search away, you remember it less. Follow GPS everywhere and your own inner map fades. It's a quiet trade. The map in your pocket gets sharper, the map in your head goes quiet. Your phone isn't shrinking your skull, that's not real, but it is quietly changing what your brain even bothers to keep. We are outsourcing ourselves. But all of it, the glasses, the jeans, the shrinking brain, is nothing next to what happened in one lab. Because for 4 billion years, life never got a say in how it changed, until we did. November 2018. A scientist in China, He Jiankui, stands in front of the world and announces the unthinkable. He has edited the DNA of human embryos, and 2 baby girls have been born carrying genes he rewrote by hand. The gene he targeted was called CCR5. He was trying to make the girls immune to HIV. Changes that will pass to their children, and their children's children. For the first time in the history of life on Earth, a species had deliberately rewritten its own inheritance. The world recoiled, the science was reckless, the ethics worse. He went to prison. Editing babies like this is banned almost everywhere on Earth. 3 years in prison, a worldwide moratorium. The scientific community slammed the door. But you cannot uninvent a method. The line wasn't just crossed, it was proven crossable. Which puts us somewhere no species has ever stood. Not evolution by survival, not even by who has kids, evolution by choice, by design. Choosing not just who survives, but what a person is made of before they're even born. To be clear, no one is building designer babies today. The tech is young, banned, and dangerous. But the door exists now, and doors like this never close for long. So, are you one of the last natural humans? Strictly no, evolution never stopped, and humans have been bending their own biology since the first farmer milked the first cow. And natural was always a slippery word. We've been rewriting ourselves through fire, through farming, through milk for 12,000 years. But here's the version that's hard to shake. For hundreds of thousands of years, we were shaped by forces we never chose: hunger, cold, disease, luck. You may belong to the last generation shaped mostly by those ancient rules. Everything after you shaped more and more by us, our tools, our medicine, our decisions. Evolution didn't end, it changed hands. And for the first time in 4 billion years, the thing deciding what humans become is human. Not fate, not luck, not 4 billion years of blind chance, a decision. So if we're holding the wheel now, where should we steer it? Tell me below, because that answer isn't written in our genes anymore, it's written by us.